it's hard to pay the car and things like that, and then they lied and committed fraud on the fact of what I made monthly, and I never lied to them, and I have all paperwork to show and prove that.
We turn now to an iTeam exclusive we've been working on for months. They filled out applications to buy cars, but several customers of Lawrence Kia, well, they say the dealership inflated their monthly incomes in order to seal the deals. As Andy Alcock reports, documents we've obtained show a pattern of this practice, which could be a federal crime. And one former employee told us the list of victims is long.
Well, I went online, and just looking at what was available.
Herb Vance thought he found what he was looking for, a 2015 Dodge Ram pickup truck with low mileage within his price range. To buy it, Vance made the 4-hour drive from his Oklahoma home to Lawrence Kia and met with a salesman.
Then he told me that the Ram was gone. It had been sold the night before.
Vance says after getting the runaround for hours, he ultimately bought this pickup truck. Here's Vance's original credit application. The retiree wrote, looking for a half-ton truck around $400 or less monthly. We showed Vance that paperwork. Total monthly income, $2,000, right?
Right.
That's what you told him, right?
Yep.
He ended up with a monthly payment of about $1,000 for the truck. How could he qualify for such a large payment on a $2,000 a month fixed retirement income? Vance found out the dealer submitted this application to his lender, claiming Vance's monthly income was $9,961, nearly 5 times what Vance stated in his credit application.
If I'd have done that to somebody, I'd be in prison.
But it was very, very widespread.
Mark Kavanaugh left his job at Lawrence Kia in April. In part, his job was to handle customer complaints. He said the final reason to leave was when he was given a list of customers to call he provided us because they all had the same issue. Their incomes were increased on their credit applications for their loans. It was at that point, he said, he realized how widespread business practices he'd been questioning for months really were.
From the short time that I became involved, roughly a couple of months, I uncovered hundreds of deals.
Hundreds. And every time they inflated the customer's income to the bank.
Every time the income was inflated.
Yeah, I don't make nowhere near $3,500 a month. I wish I did.
When we spoke to Cody Cole, he was finishing up his senior year at KU. As a Jayhawk scholarship football player, Cole gets a $1,500 a month stipend. That income was reflected in his credit application with Lawrence Kia for his car. But when we told Cole Kia submitted the application to his lender, showing he made $3,500 a month, he went to the dealership to demand answers for a car payment he said is higher than what he wanted.
They got real, I want to say, paranoid about the situation and told me that I wasn't allowed to come back and I had to speak to their attorney.
I entered the accurate amount of my monthly income because I'm honest.
Sasha Jefferson said she didn't think twice about it when she submitted her car loan application. Then she later found out Lawrence Kia had increased her monthly income from $3,103 on her credit application to $4,403 on her loan application. That fact was confirmed in this letter last December from Jefferson's lender, Wells Fargo. The letter says, in part, we have reached out to the dealership and confirmed that the income was altered and that the dealership is willing to take the vehicle back and unwind the deal. Jefferson eventually settled her problem with the dealership. But after being told Kavanaugh was responsible, she decided to go after him individually for a cash settlement.
He offered to make it go away. Not once, not twice, but 3 times.
Jefferson provided the 41 Action News I-team an email exchange with Kavanaugh. When she threatened to sue him in a February 6 email, Kavanaugh offered $5,000 for a complete release and settlement. Kavanaugh's email the next day bumped that offer to $7,500. 3 days later, on February 10th, Kavanaugh offered her $10,000. Kavanaugh said dealer owner Chin Rajapaksha offered to front the money, but no deal was ever reached.
And the reason I did that was to avoid any kind of protracted litigation with her.
Kavanaugh denied submitting any deals to potential lenders at all. He said only Lawrence Kia sales managers have the logins and passwords to do it. And every submission has an electronic fingerprint showing which manager submitted credit applications to the lender.
I had nothing to do with it, and I just could not continue to be under that pressure.
One mess Kavanaugh said he helped clean up was Nautica Emberton's case.
I feel like I was set up.
Records the 41 Action News I-Team obtained show Emberton submitted a credit application listing her total monthly income as $1,600. But the application Lawrence Kia sent to Emberton's lender showed she made $4,311 a month.
I can't even comprehend how they're getting away with it.
Kavanaugh said he was able to get Emberton's deal reversed. Who was responsible? According to an email Kavanaugh's attorney provided, it was dealership sales manager and part owner Kevin Morrissey. When another sales manager sent Morrissey an email asking, "Kevin, what did you do?" Morrissey responded, clearly made $, $.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system.
We tried to call Morrissey and also left him a text message. So far, without response. But documents we've obtained show it wasn't just Morrissey. While Kavanaugh said the salespeople had no idea what was happening, our documents show, and Kavanaugh confirms, other sales managers, in addition to Morrissey, submitted credit applications to lenders with inflated customer incomes.
I think the people that submitted the deals, I think they should be held accountable.
In addition to Emberton, Jefferson, Cole, and Vance, 41 Action News obtained dozens of other customers' credit applications and the subsequent loan applications Lawrence Kia sent to lenders. In every instance, the dealer inflated the customer's monthly income in the loan applications. Kavanaugh said the reason wasn't just to sell cars, but also to sell high-profit items like gap insurance and extended warranties.
The higher payment you can get, have a customer pay for a car, the more products you can put into the loan.
Chin? Mr. Rajapaksa?
I got nothing to say to you.
You got nothing to say to me? After multiple phone calls, we went directly to Lawrence Kia to speak to owner Chin Rajapaksa. A document Jefferson sent us showed he was aware of her case last November. He wrote, in part, "I'm looking to settle this matter at your earliest convenience," and offered her options, including voiding the car deal. All the customers who talked to us, Jefferson, Vance, Cole, and Emberton, said Chin contacted them about the inflated incomes listed on their lender credit applications.
I think they're all responsible. I truly think that they are all responsible. I think Chin is responsible for allowing his employees to do that.
If Chin had said when the first person came forward, stop, it probably would have stopped.
You don't know anything about that? While Rajapaksa wouldn't speak to us, the dealership's attorney sent us an email. Referring to all the credit applications we've obtained, it states in part, Lawrence Kia contacted local authorities about the data breach. As for the income alterations on those applications, the attorney wrote, Lawrence Kia has made every effort to reach out to customers who have or may have concerns about the information submitted to their lender. I'm investigator Andy Alcock, 41 Action News.
Well, we showed our documents to longtime defense attorney and former criminal prosecutor James Spees.
Clearly egregious falsifications of income. So looking at that, I submit you likely have numerous federal violations here. It could be, depending on how these documents were transmitted, it could be mail fraud, it could be wire fraud, it could be bank fraud.
Spees also said if federal investigators uncovered enough cases, an organized crime or RICO case could be brought against Lawrence Kia. However, at this point, it's unclear if a case has been or may not be opened against the dealership.
Now to an I-Team exclusive. A Metro car dealership already under investigation for potentially falsifying hundreds of customers' loan documents is now facing a new accusation, forgery. Andy Alcock has tonight's update on Lawrence Kia.
Did you sign that there? Is that your signature?
That's not my signature.
That's not your signature.
Rochelle Papivas is talking about this contract to buy this SUV from Lawrence Kia in 2018. Papivas provided us with her original contract. Here's her signature. She also provided us an unrelated court document with her signature for comparison. Now here's the signature on a modified contract Lawrence Kia sent to Papivas' lender. That deal was ultimately approved.
Is that your signature?
That is not my signature.
That is not your signature.
There are several signatures and even initials Papivas said she did not sign on her updated contract.
This is not your signature, correct?
That one is not correct.
So you did not sign this document?
That document, no, I didn't. To be quite honest, me and my son laughed at how obviously wrong they are.
It is more likely than not, it's highly probable that it is not her signature.
Former St. Louis County Detective Linda Hartwig, through her company Documents in Dispute, is frequently hired as a handwriting expert. She has testified in both state and federal court for nearly 30 years. The I-Team provided Hartwig Popivas' known signatures, one from the court document and 3 others from Popivas' former employer. Hartwig said among the differences between the known signatures and signatures Popivas said are fakes are the way the capital R is made in Rochelle and the overall difference in smoothness. It led Hartwig to multiple conclusions about the questioned documents.
Those are not the same written by the same person as the person who wrote the known documents. This was definitely a simulated signature. Someone apparently did have the signature of Rochelle and attempted to mimic her writing.
Former Kia employee Mark Kavanaugh remembers how the 2018 Popivas deal evolved. He said part owner sales manager Kevin Morrissey told him to bring Popivas back to the dealership a second time to re-sign paperwork. When Kavanaugh couldn't reach Popivas, he went back to Morrissey, who told him Popivas came in and signed the documents. When she later called, Kavanaugh thanked her for coming back to re-sign her deal. But Popivas told Kavanaugh she never came in.
I was very surprised.
Kavanaugh said when he went back to Morrissey to find out what happened, Morrissey told him he'd taken care of it. Kavanaugh then went to owner general manager Chin Rajapaksha, who told Kavanaugh to pull the deal's paperwork.
Chin had told me that someone else had signed the contract.
Chin told you specifically somebody other than Rochelle signed your contract.
Yes.
What did he say?
He was very dismissive of it. He said just kind of the cost of doing business.
Based on paperwork Popivas provided us, the overall cost of her loan was actually reduced from the deal she signed. As you can see, the deal Popivas said she did not sign removed $1,462 for an extended warranty. In addition to having her warranty removed without her approval, the I-Team found another difference between the contract Popivas said she signed and the one she said she did not sign. She agreed to buy gap insurance. If you total your car, that type of insurance will cover the difference between what a buyer owes on the car and what it's actually worth. In her original contract, it said her gap insurance coverage was for 84 months. In the contract she claimed she didn't sign, it was reduced to 78 months.
Forgery is forgery. You know that when you're doing it, that you're committing a crime.
In layman's terms, yes, it's a forgery.
After we showed Popivas her modified contract, she also contacted her lender to get her loan application. That document shows Lawrence Kia submitted her monthly income as $4,666. But Popivas in an email told us her monthly income at that time was $3,160. Within a few months, Popivas had to leave her part-time job due to a rare and worsening pain disability, dropping her income to less than $2,000 a month. Paying for medicine and raising a teenage boy, she said she was already so strapped she was paying her utilities with her credit card.
I don't see how I would have been approved for a car loan that high when I'm only receiving that limited amount of money.
The day after we contacted Lawrence Kia's attorney to get comment on Popivas' forgery claims, Popivas said Rajapaksha called her offering to make the deal right. It prompted an email exchange between Popivas and Rajapaksha. On July 16th, Popivas wrote, "Someone in your dealership forged my signature on the contract to purchase my vehicle multiple times." She also wrote, "Someone inflated my income when it was submitted to obtain my car loan." And Popivas added, each of these occurrences is a felony in all 50 states and is punishable by a range of penalties, including jail or prison time, significant fines, probation, and restitution. She also asked Rajapaksha to pay off the $17,145.09 she still owes on her vehicle and reimbursement of the money she paid from the date the, quote, forgeries occurred, $8,709.84. Rajapaksha's ultimate response came on July 22nd. It said, in part, "Your demand is respectfully but necessarily declined." Rajapaksha also noted Popivas' deal has an arbitration provision. Rajapaksha wrote, "We will be glad to submit this matter to arbitration so that the problem can be fully and finally resolved." I'm investigator Andy Alcock, 41 Action News.
Popivas declined the dealership's arbitration offer. She's now seeking further legal advice. No one representing Lawrence Kia responded to our request for comment on those forgery claims.
First tonight in a 41 Action News exclusive. After multiple I-Team reports documented customers' complaints against a Metro car dealership, the FBI now investigating.
A former Lawrence Kia employee confirms he had multiple contacts with an FBI agent. Here's investigator Andy Alcock.
and technically I didn't have a job.
However, being unemployed and having 6 children living at home didn't prevent Lawrence Kia from selling Karen Olson Thomas this Ford Focus in June 2019.
The whole thing was very awkward to me because here I am, a woman who can barely pay my bills, and I walk out of there with a 2017 car.
Olson Thomas reached out to us following several previous I-Team reports on Lawrence Kia. They include numerous complaints and documents showing the dealership inflated the incomes of their customers on their car loan applications. Cody Cole was one of the people we talked with who complained.
Yeah, I don't make nowhere near $3,500 a month. I wish I did.
Following Cole's comments in our June I-Team report, he's now the lead plaintiff in a class action lawsuit against Lawrence Kia.
Forgery is forgery. You know that when you're doing it, that you're committing a crime.
In August, Rochelle Papivas told the I-Team her signature was forged on her car loan documents. She claims the documents were modified without her approval. A handwriting expert we asked to look at the documents agreed. The signatures on the modified documents did not match Papivas' signature.
Well, anytime we hear a situation where a lender or a supplier has done something fraudulent that puts the public in danger, we're always interested in finding out what that is.
Following our I-Team reports, the Douglas County District Attorney, Kansas Attorney General, and Kansas Bank Commissioner all opened Lawrence Kia investigations. Wells Fargo also suspended accepting loan applications from Lawrence Kia.
I'm behind on my house payment. I'm behind on everything.
As for Olson Thomas, like other customers who've spoken to the I-Team, she claims these documents she provided us show her income was inflated on her car loan application. At the time, she said her only source of income was $800 a month of child support. But the documents show an additional $1,688 of monthly income she said she did not make. The documents also show Olson Thomas put a $1,600 down payment for the car.
There's no way I would have put $1,600 down on the car. I just couldn't afford it.
I feel very bad for the people this happened to, because I can tell you from being in the car business for 26 years, some of these deals that go bad, and they will go bad, the bank is going to be on them.
Former Lawrence Kia employee Mark Cavanaugh first told us in the spring he found hundreds of deals like the one Olson Thomas has, with the customer's incomes inflated on the car loan application every time. Now Cavanaugh confirms he's spoken to an FBI agent about Lawrence Kia multiple times.
This is something right up the FBI's alley. There's going to be a multitude of evidence.
Retired FBI agent Michael Tabman said that evidence could include documents, customer complaints, and even Lawrence Kia employee witnesses. He believes the U.S. attorney will take the case to a grand jury.
There's multiple ways the FBI is going to get their evidence here, directly, indirectly, but it's all there. This is not really complicated.
It doesn't change Karen Olson Thomas's situation. She may lose the car after missing a payment.
Now I'm in farther debt because of the car and just in more trouble than I was before.
While Cavanaugh confirms the feds are investigating Lawrence Kia, an FBI spokeswoman said she could neither confirm nor deny the existence of an investigation. At FBI headquarters in Kansas City, I'm investigator Andy Alcock, 41 Action News.
The salesman who sold Karen Olson Thomas the car told the I-Team he had no idea her income had been inflated on her car loan application. We also reached out to Lawrence Kia's attorney and Kia Motors America for comment. So far, there's been no response.